Okay guys, starting with designing our header section, and before we start I just want to remind you that design is everything, and we're not going to only learn how to use the Elementor page builder or the WordPress, but we're gonna learn how to do design tricks and some nice design techniques to get our design at its best. Okay, starting with the new section, we have this new section for our header. We can add new section from here and we can start its layout from here. So I'm gonna be adding a section's background image or video, then I'm gonna put layers on top of that section's background, which is our text or header or subtext or buttons or any other widget from those widgets. Okay, so starting by editing the section from here, then choosing the style, we can make it actually stretch, then to be full width. Then we're gonna go to style and background. I'm gonna choose classic one. We can choose gradient or video background. From here we have the classic one. Then we're gonna go, it's gonna open our media library, and here's a quick hint for choosing or uploading your images. I'm gonna choose this one. I uploaded all my images from a folder, so they are uploaded from here, or you can start uploading your files from here, upload files, then select files, and I got that folder, website resources, and you can select all your pictures at once and upload them together or individually if you would like to pick some image. And some of them are PNG with no background, and some of them are JPG with background, and we can use them according to our needs. And it's really important to get your image optimized. And for optimizing images, try to keep them below 2000 pixels if you're gonna use it for like header or wide screen or full screen. And for small images, try to make them below 700 or 800 pixels, and try to optimize them using the Photoshop or that quick website. It's called Optimizella or whatever they call it, and you can upload your file from here and it's gonna optimize it for you, and you can choose your optimization level, or you can upload your images and use that plugin. It's called WP Smush, and this is the one. It's called Smush Image Compression, but you can search it that way and it's really amazing, or even EWW Image Optimizer. So you can try both of them and see and judge yourself the performance and check it later. We're gonna learn how to optimize our website performance later in this course. Okay, back to our design. I'm gonna add this image. Okay, then we're gonna go insert media. Okay, so we have that as an image background for our section. Then we're gonna add two buttons, but we will add columns first. Then we're gonna put our buttons inside of those columns, and columns are used basically to insert widgets within the same row. If you want to duplicate columns or buttons or anything like that, you can do that from here easily. So let's add a button and see how it works. We have a button here, we're gonna add it in here, and then we can delete that one actually. We can duplicate that button the number of times we would like to. Okay, it could get funny, you know. So let's delete those new buttons, and actually I'm gonna duplicate that one after we customize it to save our time. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna see that in action now. Okay, this could be our elements as a start for our header, and it looks quite weird like that. Let's go customize each and every section of those, starting by the section itself. Going to layout, we have full width, and let's make its height to fit to screen. And then you're gonna see that the section is starting to cover our screen from here. And also we have the content width for those elements, either to be boxed within the section or full width stretching with the section, and we're gonna see that, or column position in the middle for those elements. And let's start adjusting our elements. From here, let's go. We have the title. We can call this one, and you can link that title to anywhere you would like, maybe within your website or any other website, maybe google.com or whatever, and you have to put HTTP before your link. But we're not gonna do that for our title. We're gonna do that in the button to direct us to anywhere else we would like. Then we have the size of our heading. We can customize that from here, and we have its alignment. Let's make it in center, and we have the styling for our text. We're gonna make that white, and then we're gonna enable typography options for the title. We have full control of its size from here. And then we can choose the font type from here. As we said, we have sans serifs and serif fonts. Usually for these kind of websites that will be talking about technology and new trends and all that stuff, I really recommend going with sans serif font. And I really recommend those sans serif fonts for most of the modern designs. And we're gonna choose Helvetica, for example. It's nice one. For the sans serif fonts, you can try Arial, Helvetica, and you can try Open Sans, and you have Source Sans. And those fonts are by Google, which is amazing thing in that page builder. Instead of going in HTML coding or CSS to insert fonts, you can choose your fonts from here. Those are Google fonts. And then we have the weight, which is the boldness of our font, and you can choose from different sizes to make it even lighter. Now it's bold, you can try to make it lighter if you would like something like that, and it could be really looking very nice if you're using lightweight with very large text to be readable. And to give an example with that, we can go make it even bigger like that. But let me tell you something, I will keep it bold because our image is not that dark. To be more visible for visitors when they visit our website, and you're gonna see that the background isn't that dark when we start adjusting our subheading. Then we can transform that font to make it all uppercase or capitalize the first letters or lowercase, and you can try always to use that one. It will give you a cleaner look, or even uppercase for your main titles that you want to give them some sort of importance like this. It looks even stronger like that, and I'm gonna reduce the size a little bit. And then we have the style to make it italic or oblique. Then we have the line height, which is basically the space around your header, or if you have a paragraph, this will be your line height between each and every line. You're gonna see that when we start working on paragraphs. And we have the letter spacing to increase the spacing between the letters, and you can use that to make some alignments for the subheading with the heading if you want them to start together and end together. Okay, and you can add some text shadow if you would like from here, and you can control it from here. Give it a blur or horizontal or vertical to move your shadow or something like this. We're gonna see it in a better example later. So let's close the text shadow and start working on our subheading. When we press on that, we have that default text, which you can see in here. And let's start styling that text from here. Let's make its color white to be more visible like that, and make its alignment in the center, and start working on typography. For that one, let's make it same. And for fonts, try to be consistent with your fonts. Try to stick to one font through your entire design, and maximum 2 fonts, while really recommended to use one font through your entire design, whether it's a website or any kind of design. Usually designers tend to use only one font, and maybe another different font for one heading or some design elements that they want to make it stand out. Okay, and let's make it 700 for example, and let's reduce its size. Maybe you can change its content as well to make it shorter line. I don't know, any kind of text will be looking nice. And then we can go back to our style and start making a little bit bigger like that. Make it all uppercase. And always in your website's header, try to make your message clear for the visitors and give them a quick impression about your main website's feature. Okay, so some people try to make it so crowded and so busy with design elements, and eventually it will cause and result in visual distortion, which is not good, and people will feel like they are lost in your website. And most of the people's problems that they enter the website and they feel quite lost within the website. They don't know where to go, or they feel so overwhelmed, or where to get their services from, or where to get anything of that website. So people nowadays don't have that much time to spend on websites trying to figure out your website's main service or your main message. Okay, one more thing I would like to add to that header before we go adjust our button is to make that background even a little bit darker for making our text more clearer and more standing out. Let's go to our section from here so we can edit our section from that part. And let's go to style. We have this background. We can close the background and open background overlay. We can add a classic one or gradient. Let's go with classic. And you can add image background or even color. We're gonna use the black color. And now we have its opacity. We can make it a little bit like that to make our typography more visible and give it more contrast. Okay, so maybe a little bit of that to keep our colors vibrant. And then let's go to our button. From here we're gonna click on our element. Then we have its option. From here we can make it default, and those are colors. They make danger to make it red, or warning for orange, or even success for green later. But you can go choose more colors from here. We're gonna do that. We're not gonna use these colors anyway. Let's make our text service, for example, and we can change its size from here, make it medium or even large, extra large if you would like, but let's keep it small as it is. And then we can add some icons before or after our text if we would like, maybe like those arrows, and we can get that arrow to be after our text like that, or any other icons. We have many icons in here, and we can choose our spacing for the icon, and we're gonna keep it as it is. Actually, I'm gonna remove that. I don't need any icons in here. We're gonna use them later in other buttons. And you can change its style from here by editing the typography or even border type from here, but we're gonna do that in the other buttons. We're not gonna do anything with that now. And you have the advanced settings for the background or border or anything like that. You can go work with your background in normal case and in hover case. And here you can choose your background color from making this color. Remember when we added our colors in the palette? So we have that color now, and this color will be in normal, and we can change its hover to make it a different color for the background, maybe that yellow if you would like to, maybe like that, or even make it gray. And that's an example for the hover if you want to change its color. And also try to be consistent with your hovering option for the buttons, so try not to make each button with a different color. For me, I'm not gonna make it any difference, so I'm gonna keep it the same color. And we can add animation for our button to shrink or grow. For example, if you hover over the button, it will go a little bit bigger like that, or even add the pulse grow like that. You can try with these animations. We have the push as well, so I like the grow, looks quite simple. And you can add box shadow when you hover over your button like that. We can add some nice box shadow if you would like. When you hover over your button, you can activate the colors from dragging that slider up to here, and you have here a very saturated colors, and here mixed with white, and here is white. Okay, so we gonna go choose maybe that kind of magenta color. Maybe if you like that color, you have to save it in your hex colors. Okay, so I'm gonna save that color if I'm gonna use it anyway, or even spread that box shadow if you would like, or move it around as horizontal or vertical if you want to. And you can change its position to make it inside the button instead of outside like that. And you can keep it outline if you want to, but that's for demonstration purpose only. I'm not gonna use it in my button, so let's close that for now. So we have the hover option like that. Okay, So let's go back to our normal settings, and we have the border radius. We can add some border to our button to make it more round like that, or even more round like that. Okay, I like this one, looks quite nice. And we can add some border type to make it with a stroke from here, border type, to give it solid, and adjust its color like that. Make it maybe 2 to outline your button. Of course it doesn't look good, but I wanted to show you how to add borderline in here. Okay, so we're gonna remove that and close our border type, make it none, and then we're gonna duplicate our button for saving our time, which is amazing feature of that page builder. We can use to duplicate any element. Now we have two buttons with the same style instead of going and restyling that one again. But all we need to do now is to align our content, to make this one on the left and the other one on the right. Okay, now let's edit this one and change its background, going to style and choosing the colors, choosing our color from here, and here we go. One more thing, we want to change its hover color as well, to make its hover color now, because now it's like that. So let's make it the same color, just a growing button. Okay, so let's close that one. We're gonna change its text as well, so let's make it new trends, for example. We can add its link later when we build our pages, which could be our about us page or any other page. You can add our link in here to get our visitors to visit that link. Okay, so and now let's preview our header. It looks really nice, and colors looks really vibrant, and it looks clean, delivering the message. We're not done yet with that, but this is our initial part of the header. We're gonna add some shape dividers in here and other section to make it even look more dynamic, and we're gonna see how to do that in just a second.